And tell everyone we're here. One of the most perfect things ever created to me, and one of the best things to spend my time with, and one of the best, and one of, if not the greatest video game ever created, in my opinion, Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, we're here. In my opinion, this is the kind of game that most people just don't really make anymore. I know a lot of people have said that a lot of games in recent years have been really amazing and really uh, groundbreaking in a way, but personally, I don't think any game existing ever come out in recent years has ever been able to match what this game has done. And what has done, because if you want my opinion on what I think what the best thing to do in your spare time is, in my opinion, I would definitely say if this is playing this entire game is just the most perfect thing ever made, in my opinion. I know that might sound really weird and kind of fanboying, but yeah, I can't help that. It's just so amazing, in my opinion. And and I and for this whole video, I thought I will just for get away in of a mode, if you know what I mean. And really, just for everything, it's really just the best game I've ever played, and it surpasses the first game in every way imaginable. I love every single thing about this game. Everything from the visual to the from the visual to the action, the creativity, the scale, the world, the action, the characters, the hat, the bosses, everything, absolutely everything in this game is 100% perfect, in my opinion. Okay, so before I get ahead of my get ahead of myself and start fanboying again all over the place, let's just start with story first. First off, the story to take off with the game properly starts off with a open credit sequence. The game always have fantastic openings, but this one's opening is by far my favorite. Whether it be the visuals of the music and the song and everything, it's just perfect, and I listen to it all the time with the song Century. It's my favorite Kingdom Hearts song in the whole series. And actually, speaking of the song, this is the song Century is the same song I use in my regular open credits. Mainly it's actually my favorite song of all time, so I thought it would actually go really well with my opening, and it does. Personally, I really love it. Love it in my opening, and I just love the song itself in general. So it started off by playing as a character named Roxas in the town of Twilight Town, he lived there with his friends Taylor, Penn, and it just showing that there's something not really right with him. Like for example, these white creatures keep showing up every so often to attack him, and there's also Axel, who is from the last game, if you remember, who is sort of who keeps popping up every once in a while and sort of talking like he knows him somehow, like he somehow knew who he was. But Roxas had no idea what he's talking about, so he gets sort of confused. However, after 6 days, Roxas realizes what's going on what's going on and why these weird things are happening. And somehow it all relates to Sora, who is off somewhere. If you see the ending of Chain of Memories, then you know what I'm talking about. And like I said, Axel is apparently part of a fuse during the game that I mentioned from the last game, and it shows that apparently Roxas was a part of it somehow. But again, he doesn't really remember it. Anyway, Roxas made it to a mansion where he meets nominated again from the last game, and she explained everything about him, like somehow Rocket is a part of Sora in a way, and then as soon as he fights off more creatures and trying to find out more about what's going on, he actually finds Sora asleep in the pod that he was in when he was put to sleep in the last game, and as soon as he arrives and helps him, he acknowledges that he's gonna disappear now, and this causes Sora to wake up from within the pod. And actually, with that, we even get a pretty funny scene of Sora, Donald, and Goofy waking up. I haven't mentioned that before. The Kingdom Hearts series itself is really funny. There's a lot of really funny scenes in the series. Like, for example, in the very first game, Kingdom Hearts, Sora does this.
Happy? Jeez.
And then in this game, Sora, Donald, and Goofy do this.
Donald! Goofy!
Anyway, they leave the mansion that they're in and they just go around Twilight Town. However, but they eventually find Hannah Pink Nolet, who in this version of Twilight Town have no idea who Roxas is, and they tell them that apparently King Mickey is looking for them, so they go out to find him. But as soon as they go and they get to the train station, these white trees here attack them, but King Mickey ends up saving them and giving them money so they can get on the train to try to go see his master, Jin Sid. And they get to the tower however, they actually find another Disney character, their Peach, who apparently is controlling the Heartway and was a big follower of Maleficent. They go into Jin's tower and they actually get a lot of information from him. So apparently the white creatures that attack them are called nobodies, and the people in black coat are controlling them, and they're part of an organization called Organization 13, and apparently they don't have hearts, which means they don't really exist, they don't exist at all, and where their goal is to have Sora defeat the Heartless and release the heart that they have, and they're able to take those hearts for themselves, for them, hearts for themselves, which is exactly what they're after. Jinxie talk to them even more, and Sora even gets new clothes from the Free Fairy, Fauna, and Merryweather from Sleep and Beauty. They even give him a new ability of live form where he's able to switch top with shoes for longer shoes for with by and even giving him another keyblade to go with the drive form whenever he uses them. And And I love his new suit. The suit I'm wearing right now, in my opinion, is my favorite. Really, to me, is my favorite clothes from anything. I know, again, that might sound weird, but again, his actual black and his new black and blue and red suit is definitely my favorite suit from the entire series, and maybe than just ever. I also really love to wear this suit anytime I'm playing any Kingdom Hearts game in my playroom. Like whenever I'm playing it on the PlayStation 4 or playing like really just any of the major games like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birthright, with any of them, and I really can't wait to start to wear it when I start playing Kingdom Hearts 3 really soon when it comes out. And actually, with this, I know this is gonna sound insanely weird and make me sound like the biggest weirdo ever, but I don't care. Something I like to do with this is that I actually really like to sort of pretend in my head whenever I'm playing any Kingdom Hearts game that I'm actually there. Like, I'm actually a character whenever I'm playing the game. Like, I'm actually a friend of Sora on the island with who was with him all the time. And I just like to sort of imagine in my head whenever a character says any one of their names. I like to include my name in it, like I'm actually there with them, like I'm actually a companion there with them. I know again that might sound insanely weird and make me sound like an absolute dork maybe, but I don't care. But I really don't care. I just love doing that and it's so much fun. Anyway, so they end up getting the new shows him a new ability, and Jinjin sends Sora on to do the on the dummy ship. However, just as they leave, Maleficent Raven drops her cloak off at the ferry, and because of the power of memory, which they're able to sort of use here, he's able to come back to life after he was defeated in the first game, and now she's back. Now she's back, and she's in control of the Heartless and all that, and now Sora, Dawn, and Doomsday are going out to all the other worlds, like all new types of worlds, whether they be old ones from the first game or new ones that were introduced in here. And while that happened, a whole lot of things happened. And I'm gonna stop right there. There's literally so many of the details in the plot to say and the game, and it's really just so many. There's literally so many details I can name out, but I'm gonna stop right there for now. And really, so yeah, personally, this game is kind of flawless in my opinion. Like there's so many, there's so many things in the game that are really amazing in my opinion. and and really just the fact that a game like this exists out there and given the fact that I personally can't find any flaws with it, I personally find really amazing. I know that again, like I've already said, I know that might sound kind of fanboying, but I don't really care. It's still just a really great time in my opinion. And um, so really, let's talk about the gameplay. So really, let's talk about all the amazing parts in there. Really, like I said, the story is really interesting and creative, even if some people may find it hard to really follow. They might find it kind of complicated. Even, but personally, like I might have said before, I'm personally able to follow it just fine because I played all these games a million times before, so I'm able to So I mean, we follow the game story ability much easy, and the action in this game is a billion times better than the first game. I mean, the first game's action was really cool, but my God, the action in this game is amazing. Like the way you, the action is so flowing and so cool, and with the way Sora can unlock so many new skills and abilities and how wrong he is. Whenever he's either just by just using regular combat with the Keyblade, by just sort of swinging around the Keyblade as heartless or nobody, or even just things like just using magic and just doing different abilities with the Keyblade as you're leveling the character up more and more and more, and you're using more skills on your enemies. It's so cool. And like I said, when you unlock live form, Sora really absolutely crazy. It's so cool, especially final form, which is my favorite live form. There's at least like five live forms in the live forms in Kingdom Hearts 2, and personally, final form is my favorite. Yeah, final form is literally like just the final one. I know that kind of crazy, but and really just the whole actual combat and everything is so insane, and you can literally just go through barrages of enemies so many times, and it's so much fun to just go crazy on so many enemies. And even just little things that they've introduced are like reaction commands when you might interact with an enemy in some different unique way, and you might attack them or you might go along with their attack to sort of hurt another enemy, and use their attack against them. And there's also different limits. There's new attack called limit attack, where you interact with one of your party members, whether it be Donald or Goofy or any new character that you're in the world with, and you can use a really strong attack with them, and it can deal a lot of damage to a different enemy, and it just looks really different and very unique and very cool whenever you use it, in my opinion. Like, probably the best. I couldn't really tell you what I personally think is the best one because I really like a lot of them, but just all of them that they use are really cool. And something else I really like is that the story and the gameplay itself is very long. Like, this is a really, really long game. I mean, it's not insanely long, like, it's not something that would take up a ginormous amount of time. But but yes, so far this is definitely the longest Kingdom Hearts game, and I really love it because there's so many amazing moments that really brings over that runtime through so many amazing moments that I always have whenever I play along with the game, and there's and there's always so many amazing moments in it that are so awesome that you can just hit whenever you're playing the game, because whenever you're in the story mode, obviously they're always in the story, but there's always some epic moment in the gameplay, especially any moment whenever you're in Hollow Bastion again. That's really where the story really gets going, in my opinion. Just whenever you're in these huge battles in Hollow Bastion, and there's so many things that you can do there, and even just going along with the story, like I already said. And and you're able to explore all the worlds. Like we're able to explore all these worlds. Like not just all that, but also all the new worlds they've introduced here, introduced here, and there's a lot of them that you can do, and the interaction, and you can interact with more characters, and it's always so much fun to see that actually happening. In my opinion, I personally kind of prefer the 2.5 version of the game a bit more because, in my really you can get you more there, and in my opinion, the actual gameplay is a lot better there. But yeah, it's really cool. I really love the scale of the game as well because really, in a lot of the other Kingdom Hearts games, whenever you're playing as a character, the camera might be more focused in on Sora or any of the other characters you're playing as, and it can get kind of small looking if you're trying to look at the world you're in. But in this game, they're sort of backing the camera up a little bit, so you're able to see a lot more of the world, so it seems much more massive in that way. And this game really deserves that because this is a really huge game that you're able to just go around a lot of the time with so many things happening, so it kind of deserves that. And I love a lot of the bosses as well. They're very unique, they're very different, and depending on which kind of one you're in, it can be really fun to just bam on the character and just kind of barrage through a lot of them as well. And a lot of them even have their own different kind of reaction commands where you're able to just attack them in a different way that sort of fit what the characters are in, like their environment and all that, and what they're able to do. But of course, let's get to what the best part of the whole series is for me, and that's really like the characters and the story. The characters in this game feel like they're the best that they've ever been before, like, and even will be. Like, this is my favorite version of all of every single one of these characters, whether it be old characters or new ones, and they're all very entertaining. It's all really fun, and the same goes for the tactics, and the same goes for the tactics. Well, this is, in my opinion, this is the best I've seen them. They're all terrific in the roles here, and this game actually made me more respect a bit more of Haley July and maybe make him maybe my favorite actor of all time. He's so amazing in this as Sora. And Sora, the way Sora is portrayed in this game is my favorite version of him. Not just with the clothes, but also just his character. It's all just so well shown. And it's really, you can really get behind this guy. You can really sympathize with him at times, but he's also really fun and this really optimistic character and this really likable character. And yeah, even if you watch interviews with the actors, all the actors in this game were very satisfied and very pleased with the way this game turned out. The game also just has so many amazing moments and so many epic moments and so many interesting parts in the whole series. Like, in terms of epic scenes in this game, there's the 1,000 Heartless Slice and Hollow Back, and like I said a minute ago, and also just let's see, the conspiracy with the MCP, and really get a lot of the final bosses whenever you're in a world, especially thanks to the music in the scene. And there's so many interesting parts in the series as well, like in the game with the characters talking. I especially love this scene where Axel just explains what's going on to Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Also, the game Yummy Ship back was feels so much better because that was something I wasn't really a huge fan of with the first game. The fact that some of them were kind of hard. Well, I don't want to say hard, just kind of lackluster in a way, and just kind of frustrating at times. I just wasn't really a fan of a lot of them, and I also wasn't a fan of how you had to go through a lot of them at the same, like, a bunch of times just to get to a specific part, like, a specific world. Like, you can just go there one time, like, you couldn't not go there and actually be in the gummy ship price. Here, however, not only are the gummy ship price much more improved because the action is a whole lot better and a whole lot fun, but you don't have to keep repeating it over and over. Once you unlock the gummy ship battle the first time, you don't have to go back. I mean, you can go back because you can unlock more in the gummy ship, and that's a lot of fun, but you don't have to keep doing it over and over and over again just to visit a world. And they definitely changed that a lot more. Also, this game version of all the music, like the music in this game, is my favorite in the entire series. Wow. Yoko Shimotaro is my favorite composer of all time, just because of this entire series She's just an amazing composer, and her music is always, of course, fantastic. Like, for example, if you just listen to any pieces of any music in this game, it's always so incredible. Not just the songs and all that, but also just music. Like, and I'm not just talking about like one specific moment of music in general. I just mean it can be anything, even little pieces of music, whether it be boss fight, a world theme, or quiet scene or a character's theme song. It's always so incredible. There's not one single bit of music in the game that I dislike. It's always so great to listen to. He's just an absolute genius, and this game, it actually had me and made me notice that a bit more. But yet, also, I love the way this game ended. It might actually be my favorite moment in the entire series. And it's always the one, but out of every single scene in the entire series, this is the one that always makes me smile and feel good no matter what. Like every time I see this game ending, I cannot help but smile, and it is so satisfying. And again, like I said, I always like to sort of feel like I'm interacting with the game as well. And this scene in particular is probably the crown jewel of how many great moments there is to do something like that. Just because it's so good, it's just a great ending. I love the game for that, and also just how well earned it is and how well executed it is. It's also kind of something that transition continues on whenever you're doing either it would be end credit game. Yeah, every single game in the Kingdom Hearts series has an end credit sequence, and this one in particular, yeah, it sets up for another game. It actually sets up Raindrop Distance, and it also just shows that there's more in the future, and it's just really nice to see that there's more to come. Something else that's very unique and different about this game is that sometimes you can even play a hidden mystery. Sometimes if you get killed in some boss fight, the screen will just fade to white, and sometimes it will give you two options. It will say I give up or I won't give up, and then if you click onto I won't give up, you can actually play a 10-minute game. And yeah, fighting with him is really cool, especially as we already know how he does his own combat, and you can even like build up more and more power to so you can heal Sora and get back into the game properly. And again, playing as him is really cool, especially given how agile he is and how he's able to actually fight a bunch of different enemies. And also the introduction of the organization was really fantastic here. And I know we were kind of introduced in Gen of Memory, but we didn't really know who they were there, but we do here. And yeah, they're really cool and very unique and different. I know we technically really know who they are in Dream Drop Distance, but every single one of them is very unique, and some of them can be really funny and just have a really cool personality to them. Especially Axel, like I said in Chain of Memory, I really love that. He's funny, charming, and he's really cool with his powers, and his sacrifice at the end, towards the end of it, the end to save Sora, was honestly really sad. It's probably one of the saddest scenes in the whole series. The game also just has so many different places that you can go and different things that you can do in the world you're going. And going around these worlds and exploring them and seeing various places and all that is really cool. You even get more transformations in the game whenever Sora goes sometimes he transforms, sometimes he doesn't, but it's still really fun. And yeah, even if some of them are kind of silly, like the whole Atlantic thing here, yeah, if you play the game, then you know exactly what happens in Atlantis. And he's his own. But personally, I don't really hate it, even though, like, okay, in case you don't know what about when you're in Atlanta, you're not really fighting anything. You're just kind of doing this whole time-main music game where you have to react properly with all the different rhythms, and Sora probably just kind of mostly singing again in that game. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious and kind of ridiculous. Although I don't really hate it, it's undeniably really, really stupid and really kind of hilarious at points. But honestly, I don't really hate it all that much. And honestly, in my opinion, the best part about it is Haley Joel Osment. I mean, he's fantastic as Sora, and I personally think his singing voice is really, really great. You can even, like, here's an example.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
But that whole segment isn't really much of a problem for me. They didn't wrap it all so much better. While it may seem kind of similar to the ones before, I think personally just from the way some areas are able to go a bit further with what they're able to do, they just look a lot better in some way. And especially with like I said, with a lot of the character design, like the way they're redesigned and all that, and they did have a lot of cool ideas for these characters. Like I said, Sora's redesign is my favorite design probably ever in anything. But not just him, but a lot of the redesigns they do in this game, like Kyrie, Riku, Yuffie, Leon, Cloud, all of them. They're much better in my opinion, and the world are so much better too. I'm not just talking about the old one, but also the new ones as well. Like both old and new look so much better. And there's so many great ones too. Like I already said, Hollaback and Twilight Town, but also things like Olympic Coliseum, Atlantica, Halloween Town, Agrabah, 108 Rewards, the Castle, the Land of Dragons, the World That Never Was, all of them, and every time you go to a world from the last game, it feels so good and you feel so happy to see Sora and do the reunite with their old friends and seeing them interact and seeing them all together and feeling like, yes, it's been so long. It feel like they're ready to see them see each other again. It just feels so good in my opinion. And the boss and the game also like just so many great bosses in it as well. Like that's really and I'm not just talking about just like the main bosses, but also secret bosses like Chef Rock. Personally, I couldn't entirely do it like the Chef Rock boss in the regular Kingdom Hearts and the regular Kingdom Hearts, but personally, like I said before, I prefer the 2.5 version, and doing that one just feels so much better. Like the Kingdom Hearts final mix of the game feels much better, and so is that gameplay. So is the gameplay for that game, and it just sort of feels better whenever you're doing a secret boss. And like I just said, the version of him with final mix of Kingdom Hearts 2 against Sephiroth just feels so satisfying. And I really love the interaction between everyone and the interaction between Cloud and Sephiroth. It's great in this game in my opinion, especially even if we do see them kind of fight when you're finished with him and then they just kind of disappear somewhere and then and really just and like I just said, every single character is great here, and I really love the scene where Sora reunited with Kyrie and Reed. So, yeah, the three of them work so well together. I love those three characters, and I just love everything about this game with all three of them, and it's just so great to see all of them together again. And something else I really love in this is the fact that Kyrie even gets more of a role here. He even gets her own keyblade, which is really cool. We didn't really see that much of her with it, but given the fact that she's gonna be using it a lot in Kingdom Hearts 3, I can't wait for it, and it's all just so cool, and I love seeing the two of like Sora and Kyrie together, and just seeing them here more, it just really satisfying. It just feels really good, and even just little parts of the gameplay as well. Like whenever you're in the Coliseum, you can do different you can go do different cups and tournaments to just earn more, and you can even re new things like even with things like the last game, like summoning, where you might be able to summon more characters, like getting little Genie and Peter Pan. Just having them all back here is really cool, and it's really nice to see them use different abilities whenever you summon them. Guys, I really don't know what else to say about this game. It's just the perfectly made thing ever. Again, I know that sounds like I'm being the weirdest person ever, but still, I just find this game to be just so perfect and so entertaining and so fun whenever I play it. Everything in it, I just think is amazing. Not a single thing could have been done better here, in my opinion. It's just everything I could ever want out of any piece of entertainment ever. Not just game, but just entertainment in general. It just hits the mark so well, and it just so well received, and it perfectly, yes, and it really just deserves that in my opinion. It probably, I could give it like a 10 out of 10. I really don't have a single flaw with it, and it really just deserves it, and because it's just so well made, and I have to give Studio Nomura really give credit for doing such an amazing job with directing this game as well, and for a game to be and in my opinion, for a game to be this amazing and this perfect, I really hope Kingdom Hearts 3 is a lot better, but that is gonna be really hard considering how high this game set the bar for it. And and so everyone, that's my review of Kingdom Hearts 2. Thank you all so much for watching. I had an amazing time talking about this game. This was the one I was most excited to review. And thank you all so much for watching. then I would highly recommend this game to anyone. Even if you're not really that big a fan of the series, I would still just really recommend this game in particular because it's just so well put together. Yeah, thanks all for watching and stay tuned for the next review coming up soon. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. That'll be coming up soon. Thank you all again for watching. Please like this video. Please comment down below to tell me what you think. Please subscribe for more content like this coming soon, and I'll see you next time. Take care.